everybody, the Lawn Gnome is here. So as we are officially counting down the days to the end of the crazy year that 2020 was, as well as counting down the days where the 10 years of my time here on YouTube will be officially closing this chapter and moving on to the next one, I'm glad to say that December is going to continue to be filled with some great things to talk about, and most importantly, new movies to discuss, like the one that we're going to be talking about today. One that I am actually extremely excited for because this one caught me by surprise, and this is also a specific sequel to a film that my wife and I loved and were very excited and hopeful that it would finally get here, and now it has. It showed up on the big screen on Thanksgiving weekend, but because of the fact that we are still having difficult times here in New York when it comes to getting to movie theaters, it was available on streaming, so we got to watch The Croods: A New Age. And I reviewed The Croods back in 2013, and I absolutely adored that film. It was one of the biggest surprises that DreamWorks ever gave us, and when it comes to animated films and their specific franchises, there are some that try to grow those franchises in a great way, and they don't always succeed. But I was always saying, especially with my wife as well, we loved The Croods, we wanted to see this story continue, and there were talks that it was gonna happen, that it wasn't gonna happen, and it's finally happened. And there are very few times where I will say that the sequel does surpass the original. I am very thrilled to say that Croods: A New Age totally surpasses its first film. First of all, I have to give DreamWorks and Universal so much praise for the fact that even though they didn't get the same director, the fact that they got the entire cast back. It was just so great to see everybody back playing this family of awesome cave people, not to mention even getting Ryan Reynolds back to play Guy. But that was where everything starts to get very interesting, because in this story, we start to learn a little bit about Guy's past and how he lost his parents and how he ended up alone. But more importantly, that his mission was to find tomorrow, which was supposed to be this paradise. But of course, on his journey, he meets the Croods, he falls in love with Eep, who of course is played by Emma Stone, and in this film we're seeing their continuing story about how they're even considering getting married, and how Grug, the father of the pack, who of course is brilliantly played by Nicolas Cage, is not too thrilled about the fact that his daughter is leaving and the pack is getting separated. But all of a sudden they uncover this paradise, and not just paradise, they uncover another family of people who are one step above. And this family is a little bit more sophisticated, a little bit more immersed in technology. To be putting it short, they are a family of better men. And this is where Guy realizes that these are people that he knew, and they have a daughter, and he is reunited with people that he finds more in common with. But based on everything that he has learned being with the Croods, could it be possible that he has changed his attitude and that everyone can live together in harmony? So, in regards to the first film, it's very good. It's one of the best DreamWorks films. It is also extremely underappreciated. As far as I'm concerned, it's right up there with Shrek and How to Train Your Dragon. But when I did review the first film, even though I gave it a very high rating, I specifically said there was something about this movie that was sort of missing. The fact that it was just too simple of a plot and that there could have been a little bit more to it to make it absolutely perfect. Well, I'm here to say that Croods: A New Age fills that missing piece and gives me an incredibly smart, funny, and heartwarming family film. Not only does the new cast fit in perfectly because we have Peter Dinklage and Leslie Mann who play Phil and Hope Betterman, but also their daughter, who is played by Kelly Marie Tran. Now, we all know Kelly Marie Tran, and we all know the controversy that is her career thanks to Star Wars: The Last Jedi. But I will say that I am so glad that she was one of the best parts of this film as Hope. Kelly Marie Tran has such a dynamic personality when she lends her voice to a character, and if voice acting is all that she does for the rest of her film career, let me just say that she will be loved, she will be successful. I am so excited to see her voicing Raya in Raya and the Last Dragon next year, but as Hope, she played off of everyone well. Her family members, the Croods, her relationship that she builds with Eep is hilarious, and her story is very cool too. But also, the thing that I love so much about this movie is all of the social commentary that they play upon in this movie, from the fear of the other to too much screen time with kids. It is just absolutely fun, and I found myself getting a monster amount of belly laughs, and even though I do enjoy so many animated films, and we've gotten some very good animated films this year, even though there were a couple that were few and far between, but this one just made me laugh. I was smiling from beginning to end. I loved the story, loved the characters, loved all the jokes. There were sophisticated jokes, there were easy-to-follow jokes for little kids, even easy jokes that parents would laugh at too. And of course, the one thing that I praise the original for is the animation, the beautiful, imaginative world that is built for the Croods is just incredible to look at. The bright, vibrant colors, the crazy hybrid ideas for animals like the kangadillos and the chicken seals and the wolf spiders. It was just so fun and creative, and it just beautifully moves the story as well. And I am just gonna tell you that if you had your doubts, especially when it comes to a sequel, you should not, because Croods: A New Age is incredibly good. It is just, oh my god, I loved this movie. It's one of the best movies that I've seen this year, and if there is anything negative that I will say about this movie, it's not about the movie itself. It's the fact that I wish that I could have seen this movie on the big screen. That is where I will say, when people say that movie theaters are dying or possibly already dead and we will never be able to go see a movie on the big screen again, you actually watch the Croods: A New Age on your television screen and you see the beauty in the animation that is this movie, you are going to wish that movie theaters were open so you could just run to your local theater and see this movie on a big screen. My wife and I still loved this movie to death, but we both agreed that this movie should have been seen on the big screen. We're hoping that now that the vaccine is officially getting rolled out, it is going to take a little bit of time, but I am just hoping that by the end of 2021, I will have had the ability and pleasure of seeing a great movie on the big screen, whether it is live action or animated, or even maybe one of each. But I will definitely be seeing this movie again, and I totally want to own this movie on DVD. I definitely need to rewatch The Croods because it has been a while since I've seen that original film. But I love that movie so much, and I think that you will absolutely love this new Croods film. Will there be a Croods 3? I don't think there needs to be, because I think that the story pretty much ended itself quite nicely, but who knows, if they were able to make a fantastic follow-up to a movie that nobody even thought a sequel was even going to be made. You know, the fact that it was definitely worth the wait, much like Incredibles 2, maybe there is potential, and if it is, I hope it is just as enjoyable and fun as The Croods: A New Age. I'm going to be giving The Croods: A New Age 4 stars out of 4. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Please leave your comments in the box below, and let's discuss The Croods: A New Age, and I will see you in the next one. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you're new here and want to see more of what my channel has to offer, please click on the link to my last video, or hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of my uploads. Content of all sorts is posted here quite often, so trust me, you do not want to fall behind. I will see you in the comments, and actions speak louder than words.